Hello, it's Edwin from Think to Win. I'm here with a new deck profile, and as you guys can see from the starter, it's back again. It's my Tsukuyomi. Yay! Well, obviously after the release of the Fighters Collection 2015, the new stride got released, and it made the deck a bit more viable. It obviously isn't the strongest deck out there, but it's way more consistent than it used to be, and it's kind of fun to see Tsukuyomi be viable again in this meta. So yeah, so for the starter, I use Godhawk Ichibiyoshi, which is the old starter obviously, with the one that at the beginning of your right phase, you check the top 5, then if there's Great One Tsukuyomi, you can write it, and put all the other cards on the bottom of the deck in the order you like. So set up your stack. For all the other guys who don't understand the way Tsukuyomi worked, was that the way that every grade made you check the top 5, you would stack everything on the bottom and you would put the triggers together, so at the moment you got to your stack, he will double trigger all the time, which is very nice. Obviously it does take time, but right now with the new combos it's a lot easier. So yeah, that's for the starter, and if you don't have Tsukuyomi Grade 1, you can still put them at the bottom, so even if you don't get one, you can still stack, which is very nice. So for the trigger lineup, I run 4 Psychic Birds, 4 other birdies, and 1 of the Bell's Ginger, and here another one, and 2 of this, and 4 SP Heals. Yeah, they're back again, the SP Heals. So reason I run Psychic Birds obviously is for Tsukuyomi Grade 3. If you don't have the soul, you cannot draw because you need 6 soul for the main effect. 12 crit because you plus a lot, and 4 heal because 4 heal. Also another thing to note is that I use those Engimegas is because of the fact that you can return them, because for some reason I end up drawing them all the time, and you can just return them to the deck, which is very nice. Especially early game, like if you get this and you need a booster, especially with Silent Tom, you want to hit, you can use this. So for the Grade 1 lineup, obviously since you want to proc the effect as much as possible, is the Grade 1 Tsukuyomi 3 times, 3 of the Stride Enablers, 3 Gemini, and 4 Chocolate. I have the new generation break, well, the one from generation sets, the PG, but I like this one more because of the fact of the cross running amok and Laurel. So yeah, I run the old one. Also gives a bit more of nostalgia. 3 of this because I want to boost Silent Tom. Not running 4 because I need this for the stride, and you need for Tsukuyomi. You might run like this, but I don't know. I need a really lack amount of grade 3s to stride, so that's why I only run 3 of this. And 3 of the stride enablers, also with the other fact that if you call this on the Vanguard circle, you can show a grade 3 card from your hand, and you can ditch 1 card from your hand and get Susanoo, so it's nice. But the main effect I use it for is because it counts as a grade 3 for stride, so that's very nice. And Grade 1 Tsukuyomi that gets Search Out with the effect from Godhawk Ichibiyoshi, and also has the same effect as him. If you have the Godhawk Ichibiyoshi in your soul, you can oh, but you don't even need it, but you can just from the beginning of the right phase check up the top 5 for the Half Moon Tsukuyomi, and then if it's the top 5 you can write it. If it's not, you can still use the stacking ability at the bottom. So right now you either have 8 cards, 9 cards, or 10 cards that are stacked at the bottom if you got the right chain off, which is very nice. Next, for the Grade 2 lineup, 3 of the Generation Break 1, 4 of the Raijin Tsukuyomi, and 4 Silent Tom. Do I need more explanation for this guy? Basically, you cannot guard with grade 0s if you attack with this, if you orc to tank Vanguard, which is very nice. Yeah, it's pretty much for him. It's 8k, so that's his only weakness, so you need to boost with an 8k. But yeah, everything is 11k right now anyway, so it doesn't really matter. There are some cross rides out there, I think, but not that many, so it's not that much of a problem. Next, 4 of the Grade 2 Tsukuyomi. If you place this on the Vanguard circle, if you ride them of course then, and you have the Grade 1 and Ichibiyoshi in the soul, you can soul yours too, which is very nice, because since you need 6 soul for the Grade 3. And this other effect is obviously like the other one, at the beginning of your ride phase, check the top 5 for Grade 3 Tsukuyomi. If it's there you can ride, if it's not, you put all those on the bottom, and you put them on the bottom anyway. So right now you have a lot of cards stacked, which is very nice, if you got the right chain off. So if you don't, you can still use this effect to get the grade 3. So if you're grade stuck and you don't want to do chi assist, you can just do this. can also keep yourself grade stuck on that card because it's the most consistent card to be grade stuck on. Next is the Generation Break 1. If this boosted, you can counter plus 1, draw a card. This deck does not use that much of Counterblast unless you use Tsukuyomi's effect, so this card is very nice. Gives out a lot more pluses, so it helps out a lot. Ooh. And next for the Grade 3 lineup, I run 4 Susanos and 4 Tsukuyomis. Now, the main card is back again with 1 SP. I always had one. And its first effect is the shitty effect that it gains, it loses 2k if you don't have the other parts in the soul. And its other effect is if you have 6 soul or more, you can counter plus 2, draw 2 cards, and soul charge 1, which is very nice. So plus 1, and you stack up the soul as well. Yeah. Susanos is the new Unstride. We have the Generation Break 2. Generation Break 2 effect is if you have 4 or more cards continuous, you get plus 5 kind of crit, which is very nice. Sometimes you, especially if you stride a lot, you will have the effect early. Also, the other abilities on stride, counter plus 1. If you stride on this card, you can look at the 2 cards, get 1 card, put the other one on the bottom. So very nice. Next for the G zone, I run 4 of the Tsukuyomis, 3 of the Beast Kirin, and 1 Blizza. Well, Blizza is the one that mainly a lot of people staple him in because of the fact that he can be stapled easily in every deck. What he does is counter plus 1, you unflip 1 in the G zone, and yeah, you gain 5k power for each unflipped card in the G zone. So it's really nice, especially if you have stride a lot, he will be very powerful. Next is the Beast Kirin. What he does is when this unit's attack hits the Vanguard, you can draw a card. Because you can check the 2 cards again, and you can put one in your hand and put one at the bottom. So it's a nice combo. But the thing you really want is this one, of course. What this card does is, if you have a heart with Tsukuyomi in its name, you can use this effect, unflip 1 Tsukuyomi. Okay, so you have unflip, so you basically have this right and you have this close and you unflip 1 like this. Okay, then you can soul charge 1 Tsukuyomi card, so either this, grade 1 or grade 2, and you can check the top 5 cards, put 2 of them in your hand and put the other 3 at the bottom. So which is very nice because it combos well with Tsukuyomi in the way that you can keep stacking all the time, so your stack will be extremely huge and you will always in some way hit your double trigger stack, which is very nice. And since you're running 12 critical, the damage will be a lot higher than most people would expect. So what I would do is usually either go for the right chain. If you do not get the first grade 1 Tsukuyomi, no problem. Try to get up in a way that you can ride up to this one and use the stride to soul charge this. If you lack Tsukuyomis, you can always go into this and just try to draw as much as possible, and with this card as well, combo it and just try to draw into your Tsukuyomi so you can ride into grade 3 again and try to soul charge the other parts of Tsukuyomi, which is very nice. So this deck is very consistent. It has a lot of draw power. Its own downside is that it doesn't really have a way to finish off your opponent. So, well, with Blizza, but if you have a perfect card, then you're screwed. And it pluses so much that it puts the emphasis on hand size. But that's one of its main weaknesses, in the way that your opponent can be hitting a lot harder than you are. And yeah, this can be a problem. So, hope you guys liked the deck profile. If there are any questions, please post them in the comment section below. And see you guys at the next video.